Hi there, my name is Stephanie, and this is Couture, Costumes, and Cats. In the spirit of Halloween and trick-or-treating, I thought we could learn how to make a reusable drawstring bag together today. So much like scrunchies, a drawstring bag is a great stash busting project because you can use pretty much any fabric in your stash. I have a few examples for you today of fabrics that would be great for that project. I personally recommend quilting cotton. You can get a bundle of fat quarters, which will come with a bunch of different colors and prints, and it's super fun. You can also look for fabric that comes in panels. So this has 6 different squares and designs that you can cut to make your drawstring bag. So they're a lot of fun. I've put some dimension suggestions in the video notes, but feel free to try any size that you want. All right, so let's get started. All right, I chose to go with panels here. So the first thing we're going to want to do is serge all the way around the 4 corners of each panel. Once it's serged, we're going to go over to the sewing machine and we're going to sew about 3/4 of an inch from the top. And then we're going to back stitch and we're going to pull the work forward, keeping the same seam allowance. Put the presser foot down, back stitch, and then sew all the way down around the corners to the other side, all the way, and then we stop, back stitch, we pull forward 3/4 of an inch, and then back we're gonna stitch, back stitch, stitch to the end, 3/4 of an inch. So we did that to allow ourselves to have a little channel here. See how I left a little space? So we're going to have that channel to put in our drawstring. So now we're going to turn the top around to wrong sides together. We're going to fold it over. And now it's very important. You see that little opening? We want the opening to stay on the inside. All right, we're going to fold it so that the opening stays on the inside of the project. And we're going to open our seam allowances here to lay it flat. All right. And yeah, it's very important to have the opening inside. And then we're going to pin it in place. So there we go. We're going to pin it. We're going to keep our channel to the same width all the way around. It's okay if your sides don't, your edges don't align. You just want to make sure that your channel is the same size throughout. Okay, so when you go ahead and pin, you make sure that it's all straight. Now we're going to go over and sew that down. Gonna want to make sure that your channel is a little bit wider than the ribbon that you're going to choose to put in your bag. So we're going to go ahead, don't forget to back stitch, and we're going to sew all the way around. So I turned my project right side out for this one because that's the way that I like to sew. I like to see the edges as I sew, but it doesn't matter which way you decide to leave it. All right, so you see now my line is straight. And the next step is going to be to completely turn it around if you haven't already done so, and poke the corners out. So I like to use a double pointed knitting needle. You can use, a pen or a point turner is actually the weapon of choice here. You're going to gently push the corners out. Make sure that you don't push through your stitching because that would be too bad. All right. And then you can give it a good press, but I didn't for mine. You can just sort of press the edges with your hands. All right, so now for the string, I like to use twill tape because it's neutral and it's sturdy. So you're gonna want to use a length about 6 inches past each side of your bag here. So you can measure it like that with the top, and then you're gonna double that because you're gonna want to put it in the channel twice to get that pull string effect. You're gonna cut it.
And you're going to use a safety pin to work the twill tape through the channel. So this step can be tricky. Take your time. All right, so we're going to go in that first opening and we're just going to work it through. All right, and that end sometimes can be tricky, but you want to make sure you keep going. And take it out on the same side that you started. And you're just going to knot the edges together. All right, pull tight. And then we're going to basically repeat the same step on the other side. We're going to use our second piece of twill tape and put it in the channel on the other side. Work it all the way around. It's a little finicky on this end with all the bulk of the seam allowances. Just pull it through and keep working it all the way down. And there we go. Knot it together.
All right, we did it. That wasn't that hard, was it? You can use these bags for pretty much anything. They're great for keeping your knitting projects. You can make little smaller ones to keep your toiletries in your purse or your travel bag. They're great gift bags, and you can pretty much make them in any theme you want. All right, so drop me a comment. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time. Bye.